Heather here, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I am going to be doing a 24-hour reading vlog. It's not it actually might be a little longer than 24 hours because I'm going to start it here soon. I have to edit the video I just filmed so that it's ready to go up tomorrow. But then the rest of the evening I'm going to read. Then I have work tomorrow, but then I have nothing to do in the evening. So it's going to start now, which I think it's around 3 p.m. on Sunday, and it's going to go till probably midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning on Monday. So yes. 2 of these books I'm positive I can get read. The other one though, it depends. So I'm going to want to read Once More Upon a Time by Roshani Chokshi. And this is actually a little tiny novella that's 133, 134 pages. So I'm going to be able to get this read pretty quickly. So I'm wanting to read this, and it sounds really good. I'm just afraid that it's not going to be able to do this whole story because it's about this prince and princess who were in love and they're not anymore, and they kind of have to go on this journey to remember what they're missing. So I guess to kind of fall back in love again is what I'm getting. And that seems like a lot to do in this little novella. But I'm crossing my fingers. I'm hoping it's going to be good. So this I'm going to read. Then I want to finally read the third and final book in the Time Traveling Fashionista series. And this is Cleopatra, Queen of the Nile. This is 242 pages. There's pictures in it. It's a middle grade novel. Large text. So I'm probably going to be able to get through this super easily too. And yeah, this is about this girl who puts on different dresses, and she goes back to the time period the dress is from, and then usually she has to figure out a way to go back or solve a mystery or something like that. And they're really cute. There's not much substance to them. It's just a fun time. It's like watching a chick flick. There's not much substance to it. It's just an enjoyable time. Planning on doing this or reading this. And then I'm currently almost 300 pages into Crush. So yes, I finally started to read Crush. This is actually on my November TBR. The other two weren't. I was just you know what? I need another video. So let's do a reading vlog and let's get some reading done. So I added the other two shorter books to my TBR. But yes, I will say so far, I'll talk about Crush for a little bit since I'm already almost 300 pages in. It starts off super cliche. I mean, it is hardcore cliche. And I was just cringing from how cliche it is, because what happens at the end of book 1, the boyfriend Jackson is oh, I'm going to do everything I can to bring her back, to make her come back to normal and all this stuff. And in the first book, she just wakes up from what happens. There is I was thinking that the second book was maybe going to be from his perspective, trying to figure out what was wrong with her and trying to bring her back. No, she just wakes up and everyone's looking at her oh my goodness, Grace, are you okay? Where have you been? All this stuff. And she's just what are you talking about? Because to her, the time feels like it's the same day as what happened, happened. And it took 20 pages for us to find out how long she's been away. And then, and even more pages to find out for her to discover what she is and what had happened to her. And then, it's pretty plain something else that happens. As soon as something was said, I was oh yeah, this is what happened. And it took to page 120 for her to finally figure it out herself, or for the characters in the book to figure it out. So I'm just okay, this book is almost 700 pages, and we did not need to be taking this long to get to basically the plot of the story. But now that they know what's going on, and we have this other character, he's actually my favorite character so far, and he's supposed to be the bad guy. And he's the best character. He's snarky. He's apparently we're being led to assume that he's being misunderstood and that he might not actually be the bad guy, which I'd be fine with because he's my favorite character so far. And I'm literally just reading this because of him at this point, because everything else is it's like cliche, like YA books here, okay? I think this is probably more cliche than Twilight, in my opinion. Also, you know, if you're interested in reading the Crave series, keep that in mind. Like, a lot of things are drawn out, and you know what's going on, and we're all like, duh, let the main character get to it. Like, how stupid is she? I don't think I'm actually going to be able to finish this by tomorrow night, but I'm hoping that once I finish the other 2 books, I can maybe get another 100 or so pages read of this, and yeah, get this read so I can move on to other things. Not that it's not enjoyable. Like I said, the bad guy, because I don't think he's actually the bad guy, is very entertaining. So I'll probably catch up with you all once if I can hold a book right, once I finish reading this book here. Ellie's keeping me company. She's so cute. She doesn't want to be on camera. That's okay, though. So I finished the first book, Once More Upon a Time by Roshani Chokshi. I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. It was cute. It's almost kind of like a parable about love, or like a fairy tale about love. So yeah, you have Prince Ambrose or he's actually King Ambrose, and Queen Imelda. And Imelda is actually one of the 12 dancing princesses, and Ambrose is, I don't even remember hearing this fairy tale, but a king sends out his 3 sons to his garden to kill the dragons to, like, determine who is going to be, like, his heir. And so he's the middle prince of those 3 princes. And he goes, he meets Imelda at her sister's wedding, who marries the gardener, or gardener's assistant, who solved where the 12 dancing princesses were going. So Ambrose meets Imelda there. They fall in love, and then they decide that they're going to get married. Well, she ends up eating. They brought tomatoes from this garden where the prince came from, and it accidentally was a poison one. So Imelda gets really sick. Well, a witch says that she can cure her, but she has to be given something, and she wants their love. So she'll make Imelda better, but she wants their love. Well, they were given a kingdom that will only, like, flourish and prosper if the 2 people who are on the throne are in love. And of course, they're not in love anymore. But this book is kind of all about, if you really have love and you think you've lost it, it's still there. You just have to find it again. And kind of what people will do, and like to have love, and like how different people view love. Because both of these characters are also very, like, flawed. They didn't have the best childhoods. They were both kind of oppressed and almost, I don't want to say kept prisoners, but it felt like they were prisoners. And so to them, being in love was something that could imprison you, but it was also something that was wonderful and could be lost and destroy you. So it's a nice little story, and I liked it. But was it amazing? No. Could it have been amazing? Maybe. But it's only 134 pages, so not a lot to go with there. But first book down, so that's good. And I have to make dinner now. And then I'm going to read The Time Traveling Fashionista and Cleopatra, Queen of the Nile. So hopefully, I think I've given all the other books in the series 3 stars, so this will probably just be this was nice, but it was nothing special. But we'll find out. Alrighty, so it's dinner time. I'm gonna watch an episode of Saved by the Bell while I eat my dinner. And for dinner, we have, this is chicken salad sandwich, and we have zesty fries. Mmm. And if y'all didn't know, Saved by the Bell, the first season of it, was actually called Good Morning Miss Bliss and starred Haley Mills. And it was so good. I actually preferred Good Morning Miss Bliss to, like, what most people know and love as Saved by the Bell. And I'm kind of sad that they changed it. But alas, they always do that. They take something sweet and wholesome and they turn it into something else. Not saying I don't like the new Saved by the Bell, but I just really loved Haley Mills being, like, this teacher who is teaching these students, and, like, her kind of helping them, like, get through the issues and stuff. and trying to make them like better people, functioning members of society. And then there's this one character, I think her name was Nicole, and she's played by Heather Hopper, and I really liked her. She was my favorite character, and they got rid of her for Saved by the Bell, so I was a little upset about that. But I will continue to watch Saved by the Bell, so it's okay. I'll see what the rest of it is. But I thought, hey, cool little tidbit for you if you didn't know. Hey everyone, and happy Tuesday. So I wasn't able to check in yesterday because I was kind of busy. And then I was also just like, I wanted to read and get as much reading as I could. So I'm going to talk about everything I've read from, what was it, Sunday at 3 o'clock till like Monday at like 1 a.m. Actually, 1 a.m. this morning on Tuesday. Because I went to bed at 1 a.m. and that's when I stopped reading. So, I already told you that I read Once More Upon a Time by Roshani Chokshi. And, yeah. I already told you about that one. And then I read all of The Time-Traveling Fashionista and Cleopatra, Queen of the Nile. I actually finished this one Sunday evening. I think around like midnight or something. No, actually, I think I finished it a few minutes after midnight. And this was 242 pages. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Sadly, this is the last book in the series. There was only 3 books. And this one left off where there could have been another book, but maybe, I don't know whether it was the publisher or the author who didn't want to continue it. Yeah, it's about this girl who goes to these fashionista sales, and she tries on vintage dresses, and they send her to different time periods. The first one takes her to the Titanic. The second one takes her to the time of Marie Antoinette. And then this one takes her first, well, she puts on a dress that takes her to, I think it's the 1960s when the Cleopatra movie starring Elizabeth Taylor was being made. She ends up on set there. And then she puts on a necklace that actually takes her back to the time of Cleopatra. So then she has to try to figure out how to get home from both places. So yeah, it was really cute, and I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. Then I have gotten to page 518 in Crush. So this is 677 pages. I'll probably finish this up tonight. And let me just say, Hudson. If you know, you know. He's my favorite character. I'm loving him. The rest of it is kind of subpar. But I kind of like my snarky side characters. And I mean, Hudson is becoming more of a main character, but he's still kind of like a snarky sidekick type of thing. So I'm really liking that. And yeah. I'm still thinking this book is probably going to get 3 stars because I don't think Hudson is enough to bump it up to a 4-star when like everyone else is kind of annoying and kind of not special. The main girl, Grace, like everyone's like, oh my goodness, she's so amazing, she's so great, she's so this, she's so that, and she's actually really kind of basic and not that intelligent, in my opinion. So like, and the books are all from like her perspective, at least the first 2 have been so far, and I don't really care about her perspective. Just saying. But yeah, I am enjoying it, but it's mostly because of Hudson. And then I joined Jenanine's book club. She is the YouTuber, it's This Story Ain't Over, and she started, I think it's called the Color Book Club, and her goal is to have, like, all of the books be by people of color, and so I decided to join up for that, and the first book that she chose for us to read is Next Year in Havana by Chantel Clayton, and so I'm a little behind because I joined up yesterday, and I'm already supposed to have had, like, the first, like, 10 chapters read or something like that. But I have 6 days to get to, like, chapter 13. So I figured 2 chapters a night, I'll be able to get back on track with everybody else. But, yeah, it's kind of cool because they actually have, like, milestones for what you need to read. And there's 30 days in the month. And there's 31 chapters. So, really, it's a chapter a night. And then you pick one night to do an extra chapter. I found this at Weiss, and I was like, oh yeah, I've been interested in this book. I picked it up, but I had no idea when I was going to read it because I'm not that big in historical fiction, and this is also an adult book versus a YA book. But you know what? Now that it's a book club pick, I'm going to read it. and it seems interesting so far. I don't think it's going to be like amazing because it's just not my genre, but I think I'm going to like enjoy it and probably learn something from reading it. So yeah, that was my like little over 24-hour readathon. Let me know down in the description box below if you've read any of these books. And also let me know if you joined the color book club that Jen and Nina's doing, because we can talk about the book since we know that we'll both be reading it. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button down below, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!